Hey Fashionistas, and welcome back to the 31 Days of Halloween, which is a new tutorial every day. Today we're doing Smiley, which is an urban legend turned movie, but this is totally inspired by Pink Stylist. He's the first one I ever seen do this about a couple years ago, I think 2 years ago, and he's incredible. So I'm going to leave his links and channels down below, and you guys should definitely check him out. He does a lot of work with like latex and changing face shapes and all that kind of stuff, and a little bit of makeup that I don't do here personally on this channel, so you guys can definitely learn a lot from him. He's fantastic, so definitely check the description box. But without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is get bald. So I'm applying a bald cap. This bald cap is from Mayron, by the way, and it is latex. If you're allergic to latex, they do have plastic bald caps, and I'm adhering that to my skin with Prozade. You guys can use Spirit Gum or liquid latex. You guys can get the Halloween store if you want this to be a little bit more easily accessible to the everyday person. But I'm applying that to my hairline. I let it dry completely, and then I just hug the bald cap around, starting from the center of my forehead, gluing it down out to the perimeter. Now you're going to try to find scissors that cut this. Nope. And then again, different scissors. Also nope. But then I eventually found some scissors. You want to cut that around your ear and then apply more Prozade and glue down the sides of the ears. I had some struggle with the scissors. So I'm applying some petroleum jelly to my eyebrows and my facial hair. This is going to help keep your hair on when you remove this mask later on. I'm grabbing some liquid latex. Mine's from Makeup Forever. You guys can use the Halloween store stuff. Totally acceptable. And I'm applying latex all over my entire face. I'm working in small sections. I'm applying latex. I'm taking a piece of tissue, a Kleenex. I'm ripping that in half to get a thinner section. And then I'm applying that to my face. Once that's on your face, you want to go in with more latex and you want to apply that right on top. Essentially what we're doing here is paper macheing our face, and we're essentially creating a latex mask on the mold of our own face. So you want to do that to your entire face and head, get it on the bald cap as well so you guys have even texture. You want to just apply latex, apply tissue right on top, and latex on top of that, and let that dry, and that's going to essentially really create a mask. But it's glued to your face. You know what I'm saying? And I know this because I still have mine. So we're just going to keep working on and adding latex all around the entire face. You really want to add thickness. I did about 2 to 3 layers all the way through. You feel me? So now we're going to take some tape. I'm using mine from a neighborhood post office. You guys can use, I would rather use like the cloth thinner Scotch tape because this tape was too big. I ended up having to cut it a lot. But I'm applying it to my nose, across the nose bridge, and applying it to the middle of my cheeks. Once you get that tape, you want to apply latex to it and then apply tissue right on top of that. Essentially, we're just getting, I need to stop saying essentially, it's like the new grungy. So we're making more layers, and we're really widening out and flattening that nose area so you guys can see the contours of it as much. And we're going to use that tape all the way through. So you want to just keep applying more tissue and latex. You feel me? So I'm applying it around my nose as well. I didn't apply any tape over the holes of my nose, only tissue, which I then cut out so I could breathe. I don't do makeup like this a lot some of the times because it gives me anxiety having this all on my face, like I feel trapped. It was relatively comfortable, but I was still like, oh my god, it's so tight. But so now what we're going to do is we're taking a straight layer of tape. We're going to apply it down our eye. I'm using a little bit of loose powder where that tape would touch my eye so my eye doesn't get stuck to it while I'm wearing it. And you want to just do that straight down. You want to apply latex to that and then tissue right on top. I used the tissue right at that straight edge that the Kleenex is cut at, and I applied it just right on there. And then I removed anything that I didn't need. Obviously, I don't need that entire tissue, so with it on my face, I just kind of took away what I didn't need and then grabbed more liquid latex and applied that right on top. So you just want to keep doing that in a couple layers and then apply the new piece of tape. So I'm applying that also straight up and down. So I get my frontal vision and I can see right through it. My peripherals are totally gone, but my frontal vision is great. And then you could always sharpen it up later with makeup. It doesn't have to be a perfect, triangle, like an elongated diamond shape. So you want to just get just 2 straight lines, apply some tissue and the latex on top. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah, this is my first time ever doing anything like this. I hope you guys like it. I thought it was really cool because, this doesn't look anything like me. So now all I'm doing is I'm taking more tissue and I'm kind of just blending out the edges of tape and making sure that everything's nice and thick and even. Now I'm going to stick my finger in the mouth area, and essentially I'm removing the latex from my skin in the smile line area. And I'm doing that on both sides because we're going to go in with scissors and we're going to cut it. So you want to just remove that from the face. It's going to hurt a teensy bit. And then you want to cut it into a smile line carefully, okay? Do this incredibly, incredibly carefully. And my official recommendation is to not do this at all. So, if you don't listen to me and end up recreating this makeup and cutting it and you cut yourself, I told you not to, officially, okay? So I'm just cutting that in smile lines. I'm taking smaller scissors to really get that detail work and to just curve them upwards in a nice traditional smile. There's nothing really super technical about that. And then we're going to I'm taking the Makeup Forever foundation stick because I know it's very full coverage, and straight out of the stick, I'm rubbing that all over my entire face. I didn't powder the latex because I want that sticky latex to cling to this foundation. I don't know if that's the professional thing to do, but it's always worked really great for me. Once that's stuck all over my face, I'm using a dense synthetic makeup brush, and I'm buffing that into all the little cracks and crevices that the latex and the tape made to make sure that we have a full coverage face. And then you want to take a little bit of a loose powder. You guys can use baby powder, any powder, and you want to set that so it never moves ever. I'm taking some black eyeshadow, I'm just sticking it inside, and I'm applying it to my lower lash line, my upper lid, all that kind of stuff to add as much black in there as possible. And then I'm taking a pinkish red eyeshadow mixed with a brown eyeshadow, and we're going to do this around the perimeters of the eyes and the mouth. This is going to simulate irritated skin. Since we are going to apply fake blood later on, you want to add that, like, a little bit of an irritated skin, but you guys can just use, your everyday eyeshadows to really sell this, which makes it so accessible, which I love. And then now I'm going to do the same thing to the mouth. I'm applying it to my lips and my actual skin as well as the perimeters of the mask. You feel me? You knew it was coming. You knew it. So now I'm taking a texture sponge. We're going to get grungy up in this mask. So I'm just applying black face paint, water activated, around the perimeter of my head going into my face. I really think that adds this depth, and it really adds the focus to look at the eyes and the mouth, and you don't get distracted by a big, bald, skin-toned head. You know what I mean? So you want to add that texture all around. Of course, to the back of your head if you're wearing this out. I'm taking Mehron's coagulated blood, which is essentially a blood syrup. It's very thick, and you want to apply that to the inside. You want to apply it to your skin and the inside of the mask, and as well as a little flappy flaps. It's a teensy bit. And you also want to do the same thing to the mouth, adding it to the outer perimeter of the cut latex as well as your actual skin. And then you're going to finish off with a texture sponge on your neck, and you're all done. I'm so mad at myself because I forgot the stitches, but this is still super cool. So if you want to look up reference photos of Smiley himself, he has stitch lines around the eyes and the mouth, and that would look super dope. But this is the finished tutorial, my friends. I really hope you guys like it. Super scary. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, friends.